Harris County Republican officials may sue over voting issues on primary night, and they're calling for Elections Administrator Isabel Longoria to resign or be fired.
Both parties agree a review is needed. Here's Jason Miles now with more, including what Longoria is saying.
Harris County Elections Administrator Isabel Longoria is under fire from Republicans who called for her immediate resignation or termination during this news conference today, saying the political appointee lacks the experience and competency needed to properly run an election. The Harris County Democratic Party agrees there were issues with voting equipment, personnel, and election results, but it believes the political rhetoric needs to ease up while things are properly reviewed.
We've got to do a comprehensive audit of what went on Tuesday, an early vote, and then go from there.
If that results in some personnel changes, so be it.
Absolutely.
Lina Hidalgo created an elections administration bureaucracy. We've never had that before in Harris County, and it was an absolute disaster.
Judge Lina Hidalgo released a statement today saying that Republican-led election reforms are the real concern, although she added it doesn't absolve Longoria from being expected to run a smooth election. Longoria herself issuing this statement late today, saying in part that the office is committed to increasing access to the vote and ensuring that every eligible resident is able to cast a ballot and that ballots are counted accurately and securely. There's no direct response to calls for her to resign or be fired. In Houston, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
Well, despite this controversy, election workers have finished counting all paper ballots in Harris County. Adam Bennett looking into what happens next with the ballots that were damaged.
So, Lynn, we're talking about 1,500 ballots from Election Day, 2,500 total ballots that were either jammed, smudged, or torn, otherwise couldn't be read by these new voting machines. So I'm told that a bipartisan board has reviewed all of those ballots, and all of those votes on them have been counted now into the total. You know, moments after the polls closed on Tuesday night, the Texas Secretary of State had actually blamed those damaged ballot sheets for delaying the results. The unofficial count just finished this morning at 1 a.m. That is after the state's reporting deadline. Election officials here with the county blamed a lack of staffing by the parties, as well as issues with the ballots as voters scanned them into these new voting machines. And by the way, Texas, here in Harris County, these are the only two-page ballots in the entire state.
I think y'all recall yesterday I gave us a B+ in this entire process, and so there are lessons to learn. There are things we're going to get better at as we move into November, and we anticipate working with the county judge, both political parties for the county, as well as voting rights experts in the state, to make sure that we are doing every best practice we can.
In fact, Stevens says today her team is already preparing for the much smaller special election on May the 7th. But first, they have another deadline to worry about with this election, the March 10th deadline to get the final results canvassed. So they do have a few late ballots to count, including provisional ballots, overseas military, late mail ballots. They'll be reviewing all of those over the next few days. Len and Mia.
So much to work out. Adam Bennett, thank you.